Hi guys, it's Weeded, and I was very shocked when I found out I could do a pour on an index card, and this is the one I did previously, and then I used a stencil, and it was just very relaxing, a lot of fun. So I thought I would do another index card pour, and I've got these colors. These are just craft acrylics, okay? Apple Barrel, Ceramcoat, and then the two Martha Stewart's. So, and I'm not going to use any white with this one. So I've already got Floetrol in there because I plan on doing something on top afterwards, and you really can't wash an index card. I'm just going to do a pour. So let me layer these up again. I've already put Floetrol. Let's put the green in first. And if you know a little bit about color theory, this could make mud. But we're going to see what we get. So I want to load up. That's a little thick. We'll have to see about it. Okay, so I've got a little setup. These are actually casings from what I ordered a classroom set of calculators. Actually, I ordered more than that. It was for the department. And so I saw those little plastic casings and I thought, I can use those. So the kids and I sat there and saved a whole stack of them to reuse, and they're perfect for these pours. Okay, it's had a little time. I have gessoed the index cards first, and I don't mind it dripping. The one thing, since it's on an index card, I don't want thick, heavy paint. So in a sense, this could be considered to be somewhat wasteful. I could have used less, but then again, this is an index card. This is not using a lot of paint to begin with, and it is craft acrylic, so I'm trying to get a little bit more to sort of drip off there. Okay, we'll see how that does. I'll come back when that is dry. I don't know how that's showing up in the camera. I've got a lot of negative space over here, but because of the technique that I'm using, I'm really okay with that. So I think I've got enough of the paint poured off. I might do a little bit more. Oops. Truth in advertising, trying to show you everything that I do. Okay. All right, there we go. And I will leave that to dry, and then I will be back. Hi guys, it's Weeded, and I've got another index card that has been gessoed, And I've got some blue paint here, craft paint. I'm going to, this is actually a pearl, it's dazzling metallics. So it's white pearl, so the white is white pearl. I mixed in Floetrol, and I just want to do a monochromatic blue pour. I don't usually do monochromatic, so I thought it'd be a little change. And the whole point is just to get an index card that I can play around with, like I did on this one. And I don't know if you can, the camera's not going to pick up. I've gone over some of the areas with, shoot, sparkly stuff. Yeah, there we go, sparkly stuff, that's it. But I used a stencil on that and just played, and it was so relaxing that I thought I would try making a few more and having a few cards to play with. So one of the things that I like about doing the index cards is they're small. I'm not wasting a whole lot of paint because they are small. Most of it drips off, but again, this is craft paint, so it's not a large scale waste kind of thing. Okay. Do I have any more? Yeah, I got a little more in there. So here we go. And flip. Let it set for a minute. Not literally a minute, but just a little bit. Let the paint sit and drop down to the bottom. And what I'm using is packaging from, I had ordered our school a set of calculators, just signed, yeah, no, 4-function calculators to be used on certain tests. And the packaging is really cool. I'm going to show that. This is where my students and I salvaged them, but that's just perfect to do an index card pour, which I wasn't even doing at the time. I just thought, ooh, that I can use that for something. Okay. Now there is no silicone in this because I can't wash an index card and get the silicone out, and I do want to do something with this. Okay, I want to paint on top of it, and it would be extremely hard if I had put silicone in here to get it off. Not conducive to what I really want to do. With the index card, you do really want to get as much paint off as possible. So sort of tipping it, let it run, let it drip. I was just so shocked this even works on an index card. I'll let it move every way. Try to get it to run off. And then if you're doing this, leave it so that it can continue to drip off of the index card. This is very small, but it does have enough room that paint can continue to drip off of it and not make a mess. Can't see what I'm doing. So let's do this. See if we can get a little flow off that corner. And I'm not too worried about how it actually turns out. I'm happy if it turns out fun, but one of the things that I'm going to do is color over the top of it. So let's just say it doesn't have the prettiest design. It's really going to be okay. Alright, I think that's pretty much got it. Now usually I'm gonna help it. Usually the corners will sort of lay over a little bit, and that's what you really kind of want, is for one of these corners to get weighted down just a little bit with the paint so it will continue to drop off. And I'm not sure what corner will work here to do that. But I'm going to let it set there, and I will come back when it is dried. Thank you guys. Hi guys, it's Waited, and I'm doing another index pour on a card because I want to do some little decorating, relaxing stuff. I did this one and it was so relaxing and enjoyable that I thought I would do some more pours on an index card. This is an index card that has been gessoed, and I'm using, all of these are dazzling metallics, neutrals, so I thought that we should see how they come out. I have mixed all of the colors with Floetrol, and if you need the list of the colors or something, well, let me just share, because I've got Mink Pearl and Splendid Gold, Folk Art Champagne, and then Dazzling Metallics Copper. Okay, now I gotta remember what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. And there we go. This. A little bit more of this one. That's pretty full, but I want another little shot of gold there. A little bit more of that mink. Okay. There is no silicone in this pour, no type of oil whatsoever, because it's a pour on an index card. I cannot wash it, which is what I normally do when I do a pour and I use silicone oil. So no silicone in this, because I do want to paint on top of this. And I'm just giving all the paints a moment to settle down. This is, again, not a fancy pour because it's just an index card. It's really very small, trying to do anything particularly special, so it's just a flip cup dirty pour, and let these sort of ease out. And even with just the Floetrol, you know, I get some cells forming, and I get a good bit of pretty design. Now, the one thing that if you are going to pour on an index card, it's paper, so it cannot, you have to pretty much pour all the paint off. I usually leave a fairly thick layer when I'm pouring on a canvas or on glass, but the paper can't handle it, so part of the trick is to let it pour off. And that's rather lovely. So I'm going to leave it. One of the things that I try to do is get a corner pointing down, and it will slowly, that will happen, and I'll get it to point down and off. Now, it's kind of interesting because I don't know if it'll pick up. Yeah, there we go. So there's cell formation, and I kind of like that. I try not to fall in love too much with them because they're going to continue to drip and change. But that seems to be pretty good. I'll be back when that is dry and show you what it looks like. Thanks. Okay, I'm back, and I know the format of this video is going to be a little odd because I did 3 little pours, treated them like they were going to be individual videos because I wasn't sure what was going to turn out, what wasn't. but I'm going to combine them. So here's how they dried. Now, what you can tell is there's nothing in the bottom of these containers. What I did, because I was so messy and I wanted to minimize problems from this kind of thing, I transferred them to new containers to continue dripping and pouring, but containers where I didn't have a lot of paint on the top of the cup. So here's the first one, and see, it pops off quite nicely. And I didn't throw them away. I'm recycling everything. But this is, and I can't believe how neon this looks. It didn't seem like the colors were that, and I'm trying to get it so that the camera can record. It's really quite pretty, but that pink and the orange are quite intense. So there's the first one, and I think that will be fun to play with. And here's my second one, probably. Still, I have to peel these off a little gently, but again, I did transfer to clean. This one's, there we go. Just take it off a little carefully and it should be fine. The blue turned out quite nice. There's a lot of movement, and again, it really doesn't matter because I'm going to paint over this, but this one sort of surprised me because there was a lot of movement, and so I'm really quite happy with that. That'll be fun to do. This one is probably my least favorite of the three, and I was hoping it was going to be more of a favorite. You can see that pops off. And I'm going to have to flatten these out because I don't know if y'all could, there we go. See, you can see the tops on them, but if you press them flat, that should be fine. But here is, and it's very subtle, very, very subtle, but it is gorgeous. So you can see without the glare interfering. So that is beautiful. So I will end up playing with these a little bit later on, and I'll show you what I do. Again, I was looking for something super, super relaxing, and these little index pours are working out well. Okay guys, thank you.